Hello YouTube, this is Mark Grimshaw.
And I'm Jake Newby.
And this is Salford Stands Up. We're back before shock will let us.
Ah, no, cheeky, aren't we?
We are, but we're here for a very special reason, as we were joined earlier by a comedian for an interview.
An entire comedian?
A whole comedian.
Really? Not even a fraction of one?
Not even we've got a budget this year.
Oh, amazing.
We haven't got a budget this year, but we have got the comedian who has appeared on Mock the Week.
Oh.
Never Mind the Buzzcocks.
Oh.
But not Taskmaster,
Aw.
though his name does rhyme with it. Have you worked out who it is yet, Jake?
Yeah. Of course I know who it is. You spoke to him when I was
we
there.
we are recording this after we've spoke to him,
Yeah.
so that
It's,
question's a bit redundant.
James Acaster.
Hello, James.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Okay, so your new show is called Represent. What's it about?
It's about my time doing jury duty on a double murder case. I dish the dirt on my fellow jurors and I talk about what I learned from the experience.
It sounds like the normal kind of topic for a comedy show.
Pretty standard. Pretty
standard. And the show was nominated for the Edinburgh Comedy Award this year, your fourth consecutive nomination as well.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like to be on the receiving end of that kind of praise as a writer and a performer?
It's just nice, yeah. It's nice. It's it's not the main reason anyone does anything, but like it's a nice little pat on the back at the end of it all. So, yeah, always happy.
And how different is it performing the show at Edinburgh compared to taking it out on tour across the country?
It's normally a lot. Normally the differences are a lot bigger. Normally there's certain stuff that works in Edinburgh that doesn't work around the rest of the country. But I feel now that doing a bit more telly and stuff, that Edinburgh and the tour shows are much more similar. So quite a similar audience has come into both now, which is nice because it means that you don't get caught unawares when you go on tour and suddenly something that worked all month in Edinburgh doesn't work as well anymore. It's a bit more consistent now.
Has the show that you're doing at the moment changed much since the Fringe performances?
Yeah. Just by doing it on tour, it's a longer show than I was doing in Edinburgh. In Edinburgh, it was an hour, and on this one, it's more like an hour and 28, hour and a half, and still like improvising around bits and changing bits. And night after night, you got to read the room, the kind of audience you've got in, and change it accordingly. So, yeah, it's always changing.
Now, you mentioned about your raised profile from doing your TV appearances on stuff like Mock the Week and Never Mind the Buzzcocks. How different is it performing stand-up to doing those TV appearances?
Oh, it's very different, yeah. I mean, the main things that are similar that you've got to remember are just to, keep your comedy persona up and stay true to who you are, and not, especially when you're on a panel show, and not to get just sucked into the general vibe of the show. You sort of do your own thing and bring something different to the table. But yeah, it's very different. You're interacting with different people. You're not just on your own talking, doing a monologue, and you've got to be a bit looser.
And has the TV work changed the audiences that you're getting for your live shows much?
Yeah, in a way, but they've got bigger for one, and people seem to know what to expect a little bit more. Sometimes maybe they still get surprised with the live shows, that there's because there's a lot more narrative maybe than they would expect from a stand-up show, and maybe some bits are quite theatrical, but still, I'd say that people turn up knowing what to expect more and knowing what kind of comedy I do. So it definitely makes it easier straight off the bat.
And do you prefer doing the live work or the TV work?
I think everyone gets into stand-up for the live stuff, and that's always going to be the thing that you enjoy the most. But it's really nice to have that variety of doing other things, doing TV and radio, and there's loads of different types of gigs, festival gigs, tour shows, new material nights. So yeah, one of the main things I love about stand-up is doing a lot of different things.
And alongside Ramesh Ranganathan, Jennifer Saunders and the Chuckle Brothers, you've recently been announced to be appearing in Josh Widdicombe's new BBC Three sitcom Josh.
Oh yes.
What can you tell us about your role in the show?
I play Josh's friend Mike, who has a girlfriend that Josh doesn't really get on with, and we break up in the show, and Josh sees his opportunity to slag her off and say about all the things that he doesn't like about her, and let's just say he comes to regret that.
And what are your plans for your show next year, and what are you working on next?
I am working on a new show to take to Edinburgh and on tour. And I'm also going to go to the New Zealand Comedy Festival next year. And there'll be more appearances on various panel shows and radio shows and whatnot. So, yeah, plenty of stuff for next year as well.
A big thank you to James Acaster for doing that interview for us. And he is performing at the Salford Lowry on the 18th of October. So at time of uploading, that's this weekend. And if you're not watching it on the week of upload, you've missed it. But he is still on tour around the country.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's very funny. You should go see him.
You still have a chance to go and see him, just somewhere further away. Thanks for listening, and we should be hopefully back soon, maybe.
Maybe. Potentially.
Please, Jade.